Hi, welcome to Algebra 2. I am Ms. Smoglik, and I'm just going to walk you through a little overview of Algebra 2, and then we'll go on into Canvas and we'll take a look at what Canvas is bringing to our students. If after this presentation you'd like to step into the live classroom and chat with me, please feel free to do so. I would love to meet you. So here we go. Algebra 2 is a college prep course, and I take that very seriously. I'm a parent of two college students, and I understand the value of getting them prepared for college while they're in high school. Now, Algebra 2 typically is required for entrance to a university. However, it is not a necessary course for high school graduation. Our learning process, I try to give the kids some sort of bell work or warm up each day. Try to, get them more exposure to the material. We do lessons. I'll do direct instruction. They can take notes. We do some try-its where they try the problem. We check answers, and I will go over it with them to clarify understanding. I give homework. It's usually every other day when we finish a little section or a chapter. And part of the college prep here too is time management. I give them until Wednesday after the lesson to turn in their homework, because that is typically what they will see in college. It is not necessarily that they're going to be turning in homework the very next day in college. So they need to learn that time management, which is usually rough the first few weeks of school, and they start to catch on. But I have homework due, and I'll let them do quizzes on their own time. And they're going to be due the Wednesday after we finish that lesson. That also gives them ample opportunities to engage in the material, to come to me and ask for questions, and just to overall get a good idea of how to balance your homework with your work, with your personal responsibilities, with your social life. And usually the first few weeks of that can be a little bit rough, but and in no time, they're flying. They're doing very well with it. I expect them always to ask questions if they don't understand something, and I am available. They can ask me during class. They can email me. They can hit me up on Focus Messenger. I love getting questions, and I am always willing to spend whatever I need to do, whatever time I need to do to get them to understand the material. We do quizzes. It'll be like every 2 or 3 chapters, every little subsection in our units. Those will be done online at their own time. I'm using a format called quizzes, which will allow them to actually get what's called redemption on some questions. If they get them wrong, they'll get another shot at them. Tests, we do tests at the completion of each unit. Typically, we will have 2 to 3 tests per report period. Official grades are in Focus. Focus is housing, that's where we're putting everything that is official. Now, Canvas also has grades. We don't consider those official until they've been moved over to Focus. And when they are in Canvas, they will also be able to see feedback that I give them if they have a homework question. I will try to type something in there. So Canvas has some really great features in their grade book, but we still are using Focus as the official placeholder of grades. The grade book is weighted at 40% assignments, 60% quizzes and tests. Classroom expectations. I expect students to come in, participate, take notes, try the problems, ask the questions. If we're doing anything interactive, I ask them to participate in that activity. Use electronics for academic activities only. And I know, this is a tough one. A text message comes in, they're doing something, they got Twitter coming up. I see it happen frequently, and it distracts them. So I'm going to ask you to please be supportive and have a conversation with your students about appropriate use of electronics in the classroom. PCS online students, attendance is required from bell to bell. It is just as if they would be in the brick and mortar classroom. So it is not, PCS online is not a self-paced course. They do need to be attending, and I do call on them from time to time to answer questions in the classroom. And they are also welcome to open up their mic and ask me questions as well. Now let's go ahead and let's jump into Canvas. Okay, so here we are in Canvas. This is an example of my period 1 class, which is also online. Students will always see the most recent announcement, and if you're here on back to school night, you should also see this. This will take you directly into modules so that you can come talk to me. Again, here's where they would enter the classroom if they are online. They have this lovely to-do list here that will remind them of upcoming assignments. They can click on it. It'll bring them to the calendar as well. If you come in here and go to the calendar too, let's do that. All of their assignments will pop up here. Now, if it's been one that's been completed, you're going to see that it's got strike-throughs. They can also click on the assignment to get more information on that assignment. Here's an example. I gave them an assignment. They can just go ahead, open up this PDF, do the work, and then they can check their answers. I'll have an answer key for them there, and then they submit their work to back up those answers. Let's go back to the home page. Now, all of the course content can be accessed by clicking the modules button. And once they are in here, here's your information for parents. This is where you'll be back to school night. I have also posted, these are videos that I have done and information I have posted specific to our course on how to do things, like how to scan and upload your work. We are not accepting any paper assignments at this time, so everything has to be submitted electronically. I've got how to check your grades and comments, view feedback in Canvas. I do that frequently with the students. I'll give them feedback on their assignments. And then here, let's go down. This is where we are at currently in our Unit 1, or Topic 1, Linear Functions and Systems. And this is actually an interactive portion of their textbook. So, and it also includes like these virtual nerd. Those are video tutorials, and this one happens to be how do you write a set and interval notation. So there's plenty of resources here for the students to use should they need some extra help. Also, underneath the summary page are going to be Khan Academy videos that correlate to our lessons. So again, if maybe they've been absent or they need a refresher, they need to see the lesson again, they can always come here to these Khan Academy videos, which are absolutely fantastic. I'm so thrilled that we can have these in here and so easily accessible to our students. So that, let's go into the gradebook. Let's do that. So here's the grade book. Now again, this is the Canvas grade book. We do not consider this their official grades. I will do a grade sync to Focus. I try to do that a couple times a week. But if your student tells you, that they've got a 0 maybe in Focus, and they say, well, I submitted the assignment, she just hasn't graded yet, you can actually come here and see that. So if you look at this example, if there is a little looks like a little icon of a piece of paper where the grade would be, that means that that student has submitted an assignment and I just have not graded it yet. Here, if they are overdue, if they're past due an assignment, it's going to come up missing. Scores, total points. If I leave them feedback, they can click there. On this test student, I just said, please resubmit. Right now, we are still learning about how to submit our assignments electronically. So there's been some mistakes here and there, but we are learning. And I'll just leave them a little bit of feedback saying, hey, you missed this, or, you only got 1 page uploaded. Please resubmit. I'll give you full credit. So I always encourage them, read those comments. And so it's going to give them their total percentage. It's going to break it down by assignments and quizzes, tests. This is not really important to them. This is just something on my end that is just never gonna go away at this point. So that is a good overview of Canvas. If you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. I do love talking to parents. We can either do it by email, we can set up a phone call, or we can even set up a live meeting. So please don't ever hesitate to contact me. And again, if you'd like to join us in the live classroom for back to school night, please feel free to use that link and come on in. Hope to see you soon.